I used to think that if someone left me, then it was proof that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't worthy of love, whether it was in my friendships, my relationships, even my family. It just felt like proof, like confirmation that indeed outside of this relationship, I was not worthy of love. But here's what I've learned. Hi friend, welcome back to the channel. So nice to have you here today. My name is Praise Victor. If you're just joining and you're seeing this girl for the first time, I go by the name Praise Victor, and I'm so glad to have you here. Now today we are going to have a heart-to-heart talk, okay? It's just me and you, nobody else. So there's no need to pretend, there's no need to put up walls, all right? We're just having heart-to-heart conversation. All right, now I would say that this video is for you if you've ever felt like your worth was attached to how people treat you, whether that's in your romantic relationships, your friendships, or even your family. Like if someone doesn't choose you, you start asking yourself questions like, oh my god, what is wrong with me? Why am I the one always left behind? Am I a terrible person, or am I not worthy of love? You start asking yourself all of these questions. Calm down, I'm here for you today. And the only reason why I even find this relatable, because actually like 90% of the videos that I upload on this channel are like my own life stories. So there's no need to feel bad or sad. You know, I said we're having a heart-to-heart talk, all right? So I'm going to be real with you, and you are going to be real with yourself, because technically I am not there with you right now. But the reason why I relate to this so much is because I was also like this in my friendships and in my relationships. There was a time in my life I was in a romantic relationship, and I had attached my sense of self so much to that relationship that outside of the relationship I didn't know who I was. And when the relationship eventually ended, I felt like my life was over. Like, this is it. There's what am I living for? Like, what is life? I didn't know myself outside of the relationship, and it felt terrible. I was even suicidal. Yeah, I was suicidal at that point in time, because I felt like life was not worth living outside of this person. What do you mean? I can't survive without you know how there are all these, would I call them pickup lines now, and they'll be like, you're my oxygen, I can't breathe without you. No jokes, I could not breathe without this person, because I had attached my sense of self so much to this relationship that I didn't know who I was outside of it. And even in my friendships, even after that relationship ended, I did not learn my lesson. I didn't learn my lesson. I was still doing the same thing in my friendships. I'll overextend myself. I'll be the one always checking up, always being available, always doing stuff for people, even the things that I was not comfortable with, because I did not want to bear the thought of losing someone that I cared about. And so I lived for connection, but not in a healthy way. It was more like a very dependent way. Like, I can't survive without you. Please have me in your life. And when those friendships began to pull away, when those friendships started, drifting apart, I started asking myself, did I do something wrong? Is something wrong with me? Am I lovable? What did I really do? And so if this is you, first off, I want you to know that, number one, you know our mantra by now. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not crazy. You're not weak. You're not clingy for, wanting connection. Sometimes it's actually a healthy need, but then we just overextend it. Like, we do excess. It's obsessive at this point. So it's not healthy. You probably learned somewhere that for you to be loved, you have to be valuable. So you always wanted to be the one, being valuable in your friendships, sharing advice, giving advice, showing up for people, overextending yourself at the expense of your own well-being, because you felt like that's how friendships should be like. My darling, that's not how friendships should be like. You should never do that. That's not friendship. That is, I don't even know what to call it. I have no words, but that's not healthy. I mean, you had the mindset that if people chose you to be their friend, or if people chose you to go with them to an event, or if people just chose you or mentioned your name somewhere that, oh, that's my friend, you felt like, oh my God, I matter in this universe. And if they did not choose you, then that means, oh my God, what am I doing in my life? Who do I know? Oh, I don't matter. Pattern of attaching your sense of worth to a relationship can show up in different ways. It can show up in you feeling anxious when, like, your friend is taking too long to reply your text. Like, you start asking, oh my God, Why are they not replying? This pattern would show up for you if you don't set boundaries. You're too scared to set boundaries because you are scared of losing the relationships. So you are a doormat. You are literally a doormat that people can just step on anyhow they like because you want to have people in your life. And deep down, you fear that if you are not needed, that you would be forgotten. If this sounds familiar to you, just calm down. I'm here for you today. Remember, I said at the beginning, it's just me and you and yourself, your past self, your present self, and your future self. So you get to decide how you show up from here on out, okay? And now here's what I don't do this anymore. People close to me already know that I have boundaries set, and I'm just not that kind of person again. I don't even think I have anybody in my life that is from when I was that person, because most of the people I had in my life then, it wasn't because we had shared values, or it wasn't because the relationship was actually worth keeping or holding on to. It was just because I wanted to have them in my life so I could say that, oh my God, I have this person. Oh my God, I have this person. So yeah, people in my life know that I'm no more like that. That's not me. It would never be me. And so I just want to share with you what I did that really helped me unlearn this mindset. First thing you have to do is to notice the patterns you have without judgment. Remember, I said it's just me and you. You don't have to judge yourself. Nobody's condemning you. Don't be the one to condemn yourself. It's not your fault sometimes, shall. But it's not actually your fault. It's what you learned from childhood, that your worth is attached to the value that you give in a relationship. Ask yourself questions like, okay, number one, where do I overgive? Number two, where do I feel invisible? You can ask yourself, where am I afraid to be honest? Sincerely, awareness is everything. In my past blog posts, you see that the first step that I always mention when you want to change something about your life or your mindset is to be aware. You have to be aware that, okay, this thing that I'm doing is actually not healthy. Because if you're not aware of it, you continue doing it, no matter how painful it is, no matter how would I say self-sacrificing it is, because you are literally sacrificing and abandoning yourself just so you can be someone you are not for someone else. Do you understand? The second thing I'd say you should do is to come back home to yourself. Okay? Come back home to yourself in the sense of you need to get to know yourself again. Like, I'm not saying you should carry a phone camera or a camera and sit in front of the camera and be like, who are you? But literally ask yourself that question. Who am I outside of this friendship? Who am I outside of this relationship? What are the things I love to do that I don't do anymore because of I'm in this relationship or I'm in this friendship? What parts of myself have I silenced just so I could be loved? Loved in quotes, because it's not love. How would you call it love? It's not love. It's not love, because love gives you allowance for the various parts of yourself to find expression. I don't know if that makes sense. And so just get to know yourself. Ask yourself questions like, what do I truly love to do when nobody is watching me? You know, when you're not even watching this video, because I'm currently watching you, but when you're not watching this video and it's just you in the room with you, yourself, and you, what exactly do you love to do? Start doing it. Create a life outside of the relationship or the friendships that you have, because at the end of the day, you know, it's not all friendships that last. Some friendships are for seasons. You would not say that because that friendship has ended, your life has ended. Don't be like me in the past though. Have a life for yourself where it's just you, just you. Ask yourself, when do I feel like I am myself the most? You know, sometimes in our relationships, in our friendships, we wear a mask. When I say we wear a mask, or there's just this pretense. It's terrible. And you show up as someone that you're not. And that's why sometimes, apart from the fact that this, for introverts, I understand that introverts, we have a certain level of social battery, and when our social battery runs out, we are drained. But this is not about being an introvert, or this is not even about your social battery. There are just some friendships, some relationships that when you have contact or connection or communication with them, you are left feeling drained, not because of you've used up your social battery as an introvert, but because you are showing up as someone you are not, and it's draining, it's overwhelming for you. It's like you're living a fake life, but not like you're living a fake life to impress Not like you're living a fake life to impress people that, oh yes, you have all of this material stuff, but you're living a fake life to impress people, to try and make them have this mindset in their heads that, okay, maybe she's worth keeping as a friend, or maybe he's worth keeping as a friend. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Even ask yourself, what do I believe about myself when I'm the only one? What do I like? Write all these questions that I'm asking you. You better write it down, because if you don't write it down, you can come back to this video. But then ask yourself questions like, what exactly do I believe about myself when I'm alone, outside of all the external, outside of the titles you have, if you have titles maybe at work, outside of the relationships you have, because some people, they don't attach their worth to relationships, but they attach their worth to titles, to titles. Don't do that. And if it's titles that you're struggling with, you're like, oh my god, I'm the CEO. Outside of being a CEO, who are you? Ask yourself, what do I believe about myself when I'm alone? What version have I been pretending to show up as in my friendships or my relationship? And if I fully accepted that I am enough outside of all these things that I'm doing that are not even serving me, what would I be doing right now? How would I be showing up right now? Please, I want to drink water because this matter is too serious. It requires energy. I'm coming. I poured water on myself. Another thing I'd say you should do is to grieve what you didn't get. Now, sometimes, to be honest, we chase love, we chase validation because we did not get it while growing up. And so because we see what it's like, we feel like, oh, we have to perform to get it. Or maybe when you were small, there's a video I made on childhood emotional neglect that I think you should watch. But maybe when you were small, you just felt like, oh, when you were small, the only time your parents give you attention, or your caregivers give you attention or give you affection, expressed their love to you, was when you did something for them. So you feel like you have that mindset now that before you can be loved or accepted in any relationship, you have to do something for people. My darling, you do not, okay? So I'd say that you should grieve what you did not get in your childhood and tell yourself that it is okay for me to be loved without conditions. Say after me. It is okay for me to be loved without conditions. Good girl. Good boy. That awareness alone can give you the healing that you need, sincerely. Also, you need to redefine connection. What exactly do you think is connection? What do you think is connection in a relationship? Redefine what connection means to you, because healthy relationships do not require for you to abandon yourself. They don't require for you to do something to earn love. I want to say something. I want to say that the right people would love you for who you are, but at the same time, I'm saying this not with the standpoint of because the right people would love you for who you are, then you can just continue being a toxic person and not work on yourself to improve on yourself and change and be healthy in your relationships. No. I mean, the right people would love you for who you are, in the sense that you do not have to perform, you do not have to do anything extra. You can set your boundaries, tell them that this is what I'm okay with, this is what I'm not okay with, and they respect your boundaries because they know that you love yourself and they also respect you. The only way someone would actually respect your boundaries is because they respect you. It's because they respect your values. They respect the respect you give yourself. But yeah, you get the idea. So just redefine what connection means to you. And lastly, build your self-worth from the inside out. Sincerely, to me, I got to realize that the reason why I even stopped, let me tell you the truth, let me be honest. Everything that I've said in this video, I have done. Indeed, I have done. But the major thing that I did that really transformed how I just saw myself in relationships is knowing the fact that my worth does not come from my relationships. Outside of my relationships, even before the relationship began, before I even met this person, I'm already worthy of love. I've always been worthy of love. For the King of Kings to die for me The God of the universe, he sent his son to die for you, and you are questioning your worth in a relationship or in a friendship. See, because even if, let's say, you're not a believer now, because you exist, because you're a human being created in God's image, because you are God's workmanship. I think it's in Ephesians chapter, I don't know the chapter, maybe chapter 2. You are God's workmanship. What does that mean? Another version says you are God's masterpiece. You are his work of art. Like his work of art. And his work of art, I'm not talking about your body structure or how you look like, your height, your weight, your body size. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Inside of you, the God, the one and only true God, he's inside of you. That is where you should draw your words from. That should be the defining factor of your worth, not your relationships. I'm sorry if I'm beginning to turn aggressive on Camilara. Not your relationships, not your friendships, not anything external. You draw your worth from who you are in Christ. And if you are not a Christian and you are watching this video, because you exist, because you are a human being created in the image of the God that created the heavens and the earth, you are already worthy of love. Because you exist, you matter. Okay? Before you met them, how were you living? Did you think that your life was nothing worth living? And so I just want you to leave this video with this thing that I'm about to tell you. Take it very seriously. See, I'm wearing serious face now because you are very dear to me. And I really care. I am interested in the way you see yourself. Because the way I see you, I feel like tears are coming to my eyes. But the way I see you, you are worthy of love. You don't need anyone to validate your worth. You don't need, I don't want to say you don't need them, but you don't actually need them. I'm not saying that you should burn bridges and end all your relationships and be independent. You were not created to be an island, okay? Your need for connection is healthy, but you do not have to contaminate that need and be overly dependent in your relationships. But here's what I'm telling you. You are not only worthy when someone chooses you. You are not only worthy when someone approves of you. You are not only valuable when someone needs you. You are not only lovable when you are doing the most. Sometimes when you are sitting out on the couch and not doing anything and even being lazy, you are still worthy of love. Oh, do you know? Do you know that your worthiness is not dependent on the output you can give? Look at me. I know you were not looking at me before, but look at me. You are enough. Even in those moments where in your quietest moments where it's just you are being lazy, or you are tired, you'd rather not be chosen. Even in those moments where you're like, oh, so weary, drained to the lowest level, you are still worthy. Okay? You are not hard to love, and you are not too much. Whoever is telling you that you are too much, that person is the one that is too much. They are so full of themselves that they cannot hold space for you. So because they are so insecure about themselves, they start to tell you that you are too much. You are not too much, my dear. That's if you're not so much, but you're not too much. I don't know you on a personal level, but I'm telling you that you are not actually too much. If somebody's telling you that you're too much, then no. You're not too much. And so from today, you're going to promise me that you start reclaiming your worth. Say I, your name, declare today that I would begin to reclaim my worth. Not from my relationships, not from my friendships, not even from my family, not from anything external, not from my work, not from the titles that people give me, not from the titles I go by, because within me, I am worthy. Outside of the relationships that I am in, I am worthy. My worth does not begin from outside. My worth does not begin from other people's relationships. My worth does not begin, and it doesn't end with other people. They don't have the key. I am the one with the key, and I'm not going to give anybody the key to my sense of self again. Say that. good. And so if you really enjoyed this video and you felt like, oh my god, this is really speaking to me, do not forget to like this video so it can reach so many other people that also need to hear this. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, because this is what I'm here to serve you and give you the best. Okay, so subscribe to this channel also, and do not forget to share. If you want to connect with me personally, my links are in the description on Instagram, listen to the podcast, and also on Substack. You can go read my posts. I love you so much. And if you missed last week's video, you can check it out here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.